Okay, today we're going to talk about the Okinawan Kobudo weapon known as the Tonfa. First off, Kobudo means ancient warrior ways. Do, of course, means way. Ko is old. Bu means warrior, as in Bujitsu or Budo, way of the warrior. The Tonfa, there are several Okinawan dialects, so I've heard it pronounced Tonfa, Toifa. We're going to call it Tonfa because that's what practically everybody uses. Originally, the Tonfa were thought to be millstone handles. Imagine two big, round, flat stones where there's grain in between the stones, and the top one has a little slot so that the handle fits in here, and then the farmer or the miller would rotate it, thus grinding the two stones together. Interestingly, there's also a Chinese martial art weapon called a guai, which is shaped very much like this, but with just longer. It was actually a crutch that they turned into weapons. There's also a modern police baton called a PR-24 for protect and restrain. It's made out of hard plastic, very much the same shape. Although recently most police departments have gone from carrying a PR-24 type baton to an expandable baton or even a taser. Let's talk a little bit about the parts of the weapon, the Tonfa. The shaft is called a manouchi. This is the suka, or the handle. Gashira means head or end, so this would be the gashira, the end, or the top would be the gashira of the suka. As far as sizing goes, you probably want to get one that will go to the elbow or maybe a little bit beyond, because if it's too short and you block, you're exposing the elbow to injury. I like the ones with the shaped handle because that fits my hand well and it's easy to grip as you come out and back. Some of them, for instance, this old one of mine has got a really long shaft and the handle is straight and just a little bit too big for my hand. So I've seen people use this and then they've got to like hit it up against their hips to keep it from sliding up and down, which can be kind of awkward in class or certainly if you're fighting somebody. This is a custom-made one that I had ordered. It was kind of expensive, but it's really cool looking. It's got a couple different kinds of woods. It's got the shaped handle, just fit to me. It's by a company called Torii, T-O-R-I-I. They didn't pay me for the plug, but you can look them up and they make really cool custom weapons. Let's talk about the defensive use of the weapon. Just as in empty hand, there are four basic blocks: down, out, in, and up. Notice that you always want to lead with the edge of the weapon here. You wouldn't block out here and then expose your arm to breakage if somebody's got a weapon coming towards you. So you've got to swing it back and forth. I will say when it goes up, don't keep it too close to your forehead, because if something hard comes down and this comes up and the handle hits you in the forehead, you're at risk of cracking your skull or perhaps a concussion. I will also say that when you block, make sure that the other hand is up high rather than down here like you often see when people do their blocks. Because if another person's got a bow staff, for example, and they're blocking here, it's very easy for them to come in on the other side and hit you. And so let's demonstrate how you can do that with an opponent. One of the reasons you're holding a weapon like a Tonfa is to equalize the odds when another person has a weapon. So the same four directional blocks that you would have with an empty hand, you would have with a Tonfa as well: up, down, out, and in. Make sure that the edge of the weapon is always on the outside. Also make sure that you don't let the thing come out here so it'll slap up against your arm. With a rising block, remember that what we don't want to do is have it so close to our head so that it comes back in danger of hitting you in the head. So for example, if I'm here and the person comes straight down, boom, I got to be careful. A lot of people hold the weapon down here when they block, but obviously he can come in with the other end very easily. So what I like to do is hold it up to the side. That way I can block it here, and then I can strike and come down and hit there. All right, after you've done the blocking drills, maybe just individually or even with a partner, you can turn it into one-step type drills. So I'll stand here. The other person's going to come down with a showman or overhead strike. In reality, I would be hitting his wrist to break the wrist. He would drop the weapon and then easily come in with a strike. Another way to do it is to come down and hit right here, block, and back.